Brad Ware, thanks for joining us on the Illinois Channel.
My pleasure.
We're here at the Illinois Association of School Boards meeting, and you with the FBI, and people might say, why is the FBI having a booth to talk to educators at a school board conference?
That is a common question that comes by the booth. Why are you here? We have a lot of educational programs for schools and kids, so it's really important for us to be able to reach out and let them know what products that we have that they can use to educate children on safe practices, whether it's online, whether it's out and about in the community, whatever it might be. So to educate them on what those tools that we have that they can use.
How much of a, well, I guess there's a series of problems. Let's take the online. On one hand, there could be predators out there which target kids. And by the way, I guess you're designing your programs and services through what, K-12? Is that your focus?
We have one program. It's called FBI Safe Online Surfing. It stands for SOS. It's an internet challenge that can be run in schools throughout the school year. Usually starts in September, ends at the end of April. That internet challenge is run all across the country, so all 56 divisions have that program in their area. Each month, the program in a school district would take 1 month to run. So if they start November 1st, they need to be completed with that program by the end of November.
And what is it that they're doing? I mean, it's a competition, you say?
It's all about cyber citizenship and good, what we call netiquette skills, using good etiquette while working on the net. And the aspect of it, they learn a lot of skills. At third grade, they teach the basics about usernames and passwords and basics about cyberbullying and other issues. As they continue in their career, the program is designed that then in fourth grade, they will learn more. So they keep on adding to it. We call it the snowball effect from an educational standpoint. So they can, as they go up into eighth grade, they'll review skills, but they'll add more to it as they go forward. When we're working, obviously cyberbullying is a portion of it, usernames and passwords is a portion of it, how to protect themselves on social media. There's certain things that you should talk about on social media, and there's certain things that should not be said on social media.
I mean, this may be obvious, but let's point out the obvious. What are some of the things you shouldn't talk about on social media?
Well, probably shouldn't talk about where you live, your address, basic information that would give somebody a potential child predator information about you, so it would make it easy for them to locate you.
Or someone trying to steal your identity, right?
Possibly.
Yeah. What about when someone, probably a lot of this information may be good for adults as well, when you open an email, it might say that it's from a friend, but it isn't necessarily, right?
Well, possibly. So when you're looking at an email and it appears to come from a friend, we see that a lot when parents have even been spammed, and all of a sudden they're getting a message from who they think is a friend, but it's somebody is just using their email address. So when you look at the email address, when you click on the name up at the top, and you'll see that if it's Susan Smith, and that's the name that comes up that's in your address book, but then the email address might be something completely different.
Yeah, so click on that name to see who's actually sending you the email.
Sometimes you can hover over it, and sometimes you have to click on it to be able to see who that is.
Now, other parts of surfing and the dangers, I mean, you could say there could be sexual predators that target kids. There could be, as we've heard about at an older age, people, the terrorists trying to get you to be recruited and approach you. Is it the same? Does this program protect people, surfers, irrespective of the threat, or are there different programs for different threats?
I think the program in itself teaches the good basic skills that people need to have while they're on the internet and using the internet, ways that they can keep themselves and their family safe. However, if somebody's looking for something specific, that probably would be a different arena or different aspect where maybe they've searched online for something and somebody's identified that this person's looking, or possibly out there checking out to see what somebody might have. So all of a sudden now somebody gets an email from someone, and that might be where that starts. From the standpoint of what we're trying to teach, though, is even simpler from the standpoint of just using good, safe habits online. So you're not going to give out any information where people could use it adversely.
When you have your booth downstairs and you're meeting with typically, I guess they're school board members, since this is the school board conference, but what kind of response do you get, one, and two, how do you, the FBI, measure the success of your own programs?
Well, first of all, with all the programs that we have between FBI Safe Online Surfing, we have another, it's really not a program, it's an app that goes on the phone. It's called FBI Child ID app, which is taking the place of the older child ID kits where you do the fingerprints and the photo and the DNA sample, the cheek swab. New technology, we could put this on either an Android or an iPhone product, and it's a way that parents can help keep their children safe in the unlikely event that they would go missing. First line of offense that we have in finding.
So how does the app work in that regard?
The app works simply from the parents would take a picture from their device, whether it's Android or iPhone, and all the information is very similar to what the Child ID app was. So you're going to have the characteristics about the child, height, weight, different characteristics. The difference is with the older Child ID app, we used to recommend to update that every 3 years. You can update this anytime that you want. So,
and the point, I guess, is if your child went missing for whatever reason, it used to be that you'd say, well, Billy is about 4'8" and brown hair. The point is, this way you have a photograph handy, and you can give that to law enforcement.
You have all the information that law enforcement is going to ask for at your fingertips.
And then do you measure, do you have any way of judging the impact of your outreach to the schools?
To the schools? As far as...
Well, as these programs, in other words, relative to your interaction with the educators here.
A couple different ways. The aspect on the impact with the Child ID app, headquarters in DC tracks the number of apps that are downloaded in the areas, so they can track that aspect of it. For FBI Safe Online Surfing, I get a computer readout on a quarterly basis of schools that are participating throughout the state, throughout the United States, but then I can take a look at what we're doing here in Illinois. I can say that as far as Illinois goes, we right now are either number 1 or number 2. It's either Illinois or Pennsylvania as far as the number of students that are participating. Pennsylvania's been very proactive with the program as well.
And then what we see with the whole police of the last several years, where there's this concern about the police and whether they're going to be, treating you fair when we have a pullover, and we have kids now at 16 years old getting their driver's license. I think you have some kind of a program that addresses that, don't you?
Yeah, actually, last Thursday, we actually conducted a press conference in Springfield. We have produced a video in Springfield in cooperation and collaboration with the Illinois Sheriff's Association, the Illinois Association of Chiefs of Police, and the Illinois State Police. And it has to do with car stops. It's a product and a video that we hope that can be used as a training aid in driver ed classes, and to show individuals how to conduct themselves during a traffic stop. The aspect people ask me all the time is, why is the FBI involved? We had it from the standpoint of your Fourth Amendment rights and civil rights, which is one of our 5th priority in the Bureau, the civil rights in that program, which that entails hate crimes, color of law, as well as the FACE Act.
And is this video available on a YouTube or something where people can look at it?
At the present time, it's available on the Illinois Principals Association, their YouTube
their website
webpage.
Okay. All right, great.
And that's called Lights in the Mirror.
Lights in the Mirror.
Lights in the Mirror.
And then, to your knowledge, are you looking at expanding the outreach to schools?
I've been very proactive the last 2 years. This is my second year at this conference. I'm here with our Citizens Academy Alumni Association. We are very proactively out in the communities, talking to school board members, to administrators, to principals, and I'm actively going out into the schools doing teacher in services as well as talking to students.
Do you get feedback from the schools you've gone to as far as
a lot of feedback from the schools I go to. Another program we're
what kind of feedback do you get?
very positive feedback from the standpoint, first of all, they didn't know that we had these type of programs. Any programs that we have that we offer to schools, there is no charge. Matter of fact, anything that we have for the public is no charge. So it's a free program. So from a budgetary standpoint, it certainly meets that. And then from the aspect of the programs are put together by, example, Safe Online Surfing is put together by our cyber division, as well as NCMEC, National Centers for Exploiting Missing Children. And they run the NetSmarts aspect. So they're quality programs. We know what the problems are from the cyber division, as well as what NCMEC experiences. So we know that we can create these programs to hit the specific needs of what we need to help keep our kids safe.
All right. Brad Ware, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Appreciate it.